One of my caseworkers through the VA, I was telling him that I wanted to get a house. And so he was like, well, I have a guy that I went through and he helped out a lot, so let me give you his number. And so I took the number and I sat on the number for a couple of weeks. And then one day I was like, I really want to get a house. And so out of the blue, in the middle of the afternoon, I just called Mr. Moore. And the very first time that I called him, he was able to meet me that very same day. I'm like, well, hallelujah. It's beautiful. He's a blessing. He literally sent me a list of things that I needed to do, that I needed to turn in. So he scrubbed my credit score for me. So the first time we met up, he said, I'm gonna run your credit for you. After I run your credit, get the report, I'm gonna tell you what needs to be fixed. And then like a week later, I get an email at like 10 o'clock at night and he gives me a whole list. Fix this, fix this, fix this. So it was no guessing of what I needed to do. It was no, well, maybe if you put this up, this will happen. It was literally do this, 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 and this. And I followed everything on the list. And then it wasn't too long before he called me again and was like, you got approved. I think the rate was like at 4.7. And so I told him, I'm like, I really like this house, but I can't do 4.7 because I started seeing how much a month 4.7 was. And so I was praying about it. And then finally he called me. He was like, yep, got your rate now, 4.1. Hallelujah. So it worked out perfect. The way it worked out real well is because I was telling him I didn't want to have to pay $1,500 for a mortgage. And then I was like, I don't want to have to pay $1,400 for a mortgage. And so at the end of the day, by the time everything was done, whatever arrangements he made, I don't even know how. I know it was the Most High who did it. By the time he was done, my mortgage is down to $1,300. So it was way under the $1,400. It's hard to trust people because you think that they're going to try to rip you off and you think that they're not going to keep you informed. But when it comes to Mr. Moore, nothing he's doing is trying to rip people off. He's not trying to get over. He's not trying to do it for his own gain. He's really about trying to help. I do really appreciate the people that I've met because of Mr. Moore throughout the whole process of getting a house. And it's beautiful because any situation of trying to look for a house, that's the real estate agent. Trying to get into the house, he got the inspector going, I speak to veterans who are still struggling trying to get their house because they don't have that guy who knows a guy. I got a guy who knows a guy.